I chose flooding the Mississippi River Basin as my current event, and our guided question for this unit is, how did flooding affect the environment? Some questions that you can ask students before in your anticipatory set with the unit are: what experiences do you have with flooding? Who's lived in a house or an apartment that's flooded? And how do the roads flooding affect students coming to school? Particularly in my county, students are familiar with the aspect that if the roads flood, then we'll either have a delay or school will be canceled for that. So that's one way that students can connect with this unit. And during the unit, we can be thinking about our problem and how we can prevent flooding or how we can protect houses from flooding. Some causes to flooding begin with climate change, increasing the above average of rainfall, snow melting in the Midwest, increasing the amount of water in runoff in the rivers, which leads to higher amounts of water and the dams collapsing upstream, which leads to levees collapsing as well. Impacts on the environment and humans and how they all play into one another stem from the floods causing a loss of multiple acres of crops and millions of lost in agricultural avenue, loss of wildlife and their habitats, and displaced river wildlife. Both of these things affect how much food people have around them, and infrastructure damage affects humans' homes, if their house or apartment has flooded, or if their work has flooded, or if it's impeded their ability to get to their work. Volunteers' lives are in danger when they try and go help with the flooding situation. All of this leading to both humans and animals having a loss of food, loss of shelter, and loss of income. Some standards that I connected it to in my third grade classroom were our science, obtain, evaluate, and communicate information about the physical attributes of rocks and soils, specifically with making observations of the local environment to construct an explanation of how water have made changes to soil and rocks over the time and how it will impact the farming soil. In math, we'll be relating the area of operations and multiplication and addition to find the area of a rectangle, with one of our STEM ideas being constructing a flood-proof house. So they'll have to find the area of the land their house will be on and the land that their house will be. With our social studies one, I chose this standard because in third grade we specifically study the Mississippi River while we're locating topographical features on a map. And one of our STEM standards that we connected it to was being able to generate and compare multiple possible solutions to a problem based on how well each is likely to meet the criteria and constraints of the problem. These are some of my references. This first one here is a long article that connects into all of the causes and research that the students can peruse. Our Georgia Standards of Excellence. MississippiToday.org actually had a lot of articles leading up to, in chronological order, all of the times that the Mississippi Basin has flooded. And Nature.org has many facts leading into the Mississippi Basin flooding and the causes and impacts of each. Thank you for listening.